Last year, WNBA players were doing everything in their power to get rid of Caitlin Clark. These minimum wage earners, they did not want to be rescued by the Great White Hope. This year, WNBA players have gotten exactly what they wanted. Caitlin Clark has essentially missed the entire season, and the WNBA has suffered the consequences.
What Caitlin Clark finally said after a heated altercation with Sue Bird has the entire WNBA in a frenzy. But it feels like that's what Steph and I have always done.
I think that's even been something like me and Steph have always talk about when we go and watch film, and even that New York game where I played really well. Obviously scored a lot of points. I think I had 9 assists or 10 assists that game. This just this last game this year. I started the fourth quarter off with 3 turnovers in a row or 2 turnovers in a row, and Steph yanked me, and she was like this is a learning moment. You got to be able to yes, maybe it could have been there. Maybe you could have thrown a little bit better pass. Maybe they could have caught it, but do we need that in this moment? No.
Right.
And then she subbed me back in, and there was a play where I kind of got a steal, and we're going in transition, and Kelsey Mitchell just takes off down the middle of the floor, and so there's 2 people kind of by her, and I literally go to grab the ball, and then I just dribble out, and I literally just start smiling so big, and I look at Steph, and I told her after the game,
that better be on film.
Yeah, I'm you don't understand how hard it was for me to not.
This is a candid and censored look at the difficulties she has been dealing with behind the scenes. There is more to Clark's story than just his recovery. It also covers his criticism of the league and his agonizing setbacks. It's about the battle to protect the biggest star in the game, strength, and pressure. It was anticipated that Caitlin Clark would become a superstar in her first season. Instead, it became a stop-and-go grind that tested her physical, mental, and emotional boundaries.
I know you want to be out there.
Definitely been hard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go to every road game no matter what, whether I'm playing or not. It's hard because obviously I do feel this responsibility of being out there and playing, and not that I think there's a fear of any of this ever going away. That doesn't happen when LeBron or Steph get hurt. They're always gonna be there.
You'll be back.
Yeah, exactly.
She missed work from May 28th to June 10th because of the injury. Before her WNBA career really began, she had already participated in 5 games. She fought her way back, playing beautifully and feeling assured until the next setback. Due to a left groin injury, she missed 4 further games during the regular season. Unfortunately, Caitlin Clark will miss her second straight game.
Caitlin Clark will miss at least 2 weeks with a left quad strain. Wednesday's game at the Mystics will be the first game she's ever missed, college or pro here.
Furthermore, disaster struck again just when she thought the worst was over, and the Commissioner Cup Final is scheduled for June 26th to July 5th. I hurt my right groin this time on July 15th. This morning, ESPN reported a fresh development. That was the turning point, the fortitude, the optimism, and the belief that she could keep going. Every single thing was tested. Clark claims that the mental toll was unheard of in her experience. In college, she has never missed a game due to an injury. She was thrust into Game 30 without the benefit of a training camp, though, and had to rely on a body that kept failing her.
Unfortunately, Caitlin Clark will miss her second straight game due to a left groin injury. Clark missed last night's game against the Los Angeles Sparks in Cambridge Fieldhouse with the same issue. There's no official word on the severity of the injury, but the team said that they would be taking it day to day. This will be the 7th game Clark has been sidelined for this season.
Every comeback was followed by the same concern. Would it happen again? The body wasn't the only place that felt uncomfortable. Clark was well aware of how the WNBA will be affected by her departure. When she played, the Indiana Fever lost 8-5. Without her, they were a complete mess. The number of attendees dropped. The number of TV watchers fell. On May 17th, a massive 2.5 million people watched an ABC game against the Chicago Sky without Clark. Their 1.5 million barely made contact with the earth. When you know that the league's numbers suffer without you, the question is, how do you find the patience to bounce back? Was one that Sue Bird chose not to avoid.
Here this morning, ESPN is reporting that Caitlin Clark has injured her groin for the second time this season. Clark left last night's game in the final minute, holding back tears after grabbing at her leg. She just returned back to WNBA action after missing 9 games for 2 other leg injuries. Despite the apparent injury, Clark racked up 14 points and made 4 of 14 shots.
Clark's answer was enlightening. After her most recent injury, she disclosed the text message her mother had sent. "You've been with the others for a long time. It's time for you to look for yourself."
You do want to play. Like, you want to give people something to cheer about or scream about, or, you know, people spend so much time and money and resources to come and watch you play. And it's been cool to, like, see people continue to show up. And, like, for my teammates, whether they're, like, fans of the Fever or just fans of myself, like, they're continuing to show up and support. And, like,
it was a turning point. For the first time, she made the decision to put her health before the demands of the league, the supporters, and even her own competitive inclinations. But then came the moment that really set the internet on fire. Sue Bird asked about her sideline coaching during her injury. Clark delivered the phrase that would be heard 1,000 times with a cunning smirk. "I'd be an excellent referee. There would be no unanswered calls. However, I believe I would make an excellent referee. Like I wouldn't miss the call. Referee in the back seat." It was nuanced, sharp, and completely detrimental to the league's standing as an officiating organization. This wasn't just a grumpy rookie having a bad night. This was the WNBA's top-selling ticket on national media, casting doubt on the authenticity of the game.
Okay, so viewership and ticket sales are like up across the WNBA, and then and they're also, when you don't play, there's a dip, like a substantial dip. So how do you handle, does it impact your patience? You know what I mean? Like, you're coming back from this injury and you know this, everybody knows this, that when you play that changes.
Yeah.
I guess the better question is, how are you managing it so it doesn't impact your patience?
The response was immediate. Players from all throughout the league sent her encouraging notes. "You just said out loud what we've been screaming in locker rooms for years," retorted a veteran. "Fix the whistle" was a popular hashtag, and Clark was correct. Fans began tagging her name whenever a questionable call happened in another game. At the league office, executives were separated. She was to be taken away by others who advised her to keep her thoughts to herself. Others warned that trying to quiet her would only backfire. All of this had a deeper significance, which made her comments more powerful. In Caitlin Clark's case, the opponent wasn't just defending herself vigorously. They were making far more physical contact than is usual, trapping her on every possession, and providing continuous full-court pressure. The WNBA was a completely different world from her college days, when she felt safer. It wasn't random either. You will see a pattern if you watch enough tape. Teams were clearly wearing her down, one possession at a time. Clark admitted that she had never been subjected to the severity of the beating that injured her. This year, quad, groin, quad once again. They all act as a reminder of the actual expense. It also raised an embarrassing question. Was there a purposeful plan to use up the league's biggest draw, or was this just a basketball game? When Clark returned to the court, it was more than just a game. There was combat. The arena was buzzing with enthusiasm. Every whistle, or lack thereof, had an impact on the audience. Then it happened. She drove aggressively to the rim and made obvious contact early in the game, but no foul was called. The fans started drinking. Cameras zeroed in on Clark's face during her suburban interview, capturing her smirk. This time, it was especially aimed at the officials. Halfway through the second quarter, she tried to make a three-pointer but was fouled. When the whistle blew, the arena burst into flames. She glanced at the baseline referee, gave a hesitant nod, and mouthed the line that fans would spend hours lip-reading online. The Fever won the game because she just missed a triple-double at the conclusion of the night. But the story wasn't fully revealed by the box score. It was in the message. Caitlin Clark was no longer alarmed by the whistle. The game was followed by days of debate. Some pundits claimed that she had won and won the respect of the officials. The league, according to some, was going over and beyond to show that they would not be persuaded. Former sportsmen also voiced their opinions. She is praised for her bravery in protecting the game. Others cautioned that it was dangerous to question official authority. But despite the attention, Clark remained calm. During her press conference after the game, she just said, "I just play the game. The others can talk about the rest of it." So, what are your thoughts? Is this a typical part of the game, or does the WNBA need to step in to protect its players? Post a comment in the section below. Additionally, if you're still watching, mention Caitlin Clark's injuries in a remark.
I think early on with the first couple injuries, I was like, oh, like I need to get back. But I think like my mom texted me like after this last injury, and like they know how hard it's been on me. But my mom was like, you know, you've taken so much time for everybody else. Like you have to take time for yourself now. So just trying to do that the best I can too.
On and off the court, Sophie Cunningham is more than just a basketball player. In the WNBA, she is stealing the show. Furthermore, her rise to the top has been nothing short of amazing.
I feel like I would be a really good ref, though, from the side.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't miss the call.
Backseat ref.
Sophie's transformation from a tough role player to the league's most attractive star is drawing attention. And it all started with a few bold deeds that nobody saw coming.
There's still hard moments, but like, I don't really care what people say. At the end of the day, like, I'm in a position where there's going to be, you know, criticism, and there's gonna be people that love me. Like that's what happens when you're playing sport at the highest level. Like that's how it goes for everybody, whether you're a football player, basketball player, baseball.
She was sidelined before she could even discover her rhythm.